Hi there. Name's Harley Hammertongue Sponge. Nice to meet you. Were you curious in such things as are vintage cameras still good compared to vintage lenses? They're not. Are vlogging cameras nice? I'm going to answer 4 loser photographers' questions while testing something I just bought. It's not this, by the way.
All I want is the perfect camera. All I want is the perfect camera.
Alright, before we start answering these loser photographers, each more desperate than the last, we have possibly the dumbest purchase I've ever purchased. I can't believe I got this thing. The lens, it's so damaged and corrupted, and I don't know what I was thinking, but it was so cheap. I was like, I have to. I just bought the Zeiss 50mm Planar 1.4 for Canon EF, the oldest lens ever made. It's not sharp wide open, but I thought it might have 3D pop. There's only 7 elements. So like, we're about to witness some stuff. So right now we're on the Canon EOS R with the Sirui 55mm 1.2. Boom. In full frame, by the way. Yeah, I've been cropping. There's vignettes, but let's get back to it. Let's switch over to the Zeiss, and then I'll test some stuff. I'll stop it down, see if it ever gets sharp. We'll go into 4K at some point and answer losers. They're desperate. Okay, we are now on the Zeiss Planar 1.4. I am curious to see how less sharp it is, because I just did a couple tests in my living room and I was like, wow, that is not really sharp. I made a video for my other channel. It was pleasing. It was not bad, but I'd probably stop it down to Tony 2.8 at least, and we will try that. But is there more 3D pop? Most important factor. And does it have Zeiss coatings? Even though my coatings are scratched, the front element has a huge gash in it, and the sides are kind of like hazy, and I'm like, but I can't see any problems with the footage. So I'm like, damn, $200 Canadian for this lens. I was like, are you kidding me? I've seen it for like $800, but then I also found it for $450. That hurt. Mint condition. Ow. Okay, losers, it is your time. Do I find a used G9 at 330 euros or buy a like new S5 from Panaboy? They offered it to me, 870 euros. You need more money. That's your problem. You're looking into the past. Vintage lenses are what you want. Old things, like the first Russian lens ever made is probably the best thing. But like old cameras, you could get by, but like pick up some side jobs, become a crossing guard. They're all millionaires. You do know that, right? Mow a lawn or something. You should mow this lawn. I bet someone would pay me money if I did it. I would just ask the next hiker, excuse me, I just mowed this lawn. Do you have like $20 or something? He'd be like, yeah, thank you. Here's 40. But seriously, if you're thinking G9, like, how could you? Just wait for a G9 Mark II used. And then you're like so much better, leagues better. The G9 is still capable. I mean, 4K 60, it's just the abysmal autofocus and old Panasonic color science. I don't know, man. You have to pay for the log, I think. I wouldn't do it. And the S5 is the most debunked camera in a Mark II ever. There's zero reason to have that thing. The S5 II has such better stabe and autofocus. It's leagues better. It's like, who would ever want that original? You, apparently. Oh boy. Used on the ocean. So you're asking a vlogger on land what's best for sea ventures. I hope a whale swallows your boat. How would I have any idea? Oh God, these people. Plenty of light, doing sports, need some reach. You're probably asking for photos too. I hate you so much. Oh my goodness. Will the S5 with the Sigma tele be too difficult to handle? I broke my tripod. You know that for video it doesn't sync stabe, so it's unusable. I'm assuming you know that. You have watched all my videos. That should be a prerequisite. Watch every video I've ever made and then ask a question. assuming you might take photos, yes, you could do that. It seems to work just fine for photos, so okay, but Panasonic full frame doesn't have many telephoto options. You got the 70 to 300. I don't know, it's sharp, but it's not very much reach, and apparently they're coming with a 100 to 400. I'm not excited, but whatever. We want the 200 to 600 type of thing. But if you went with the G9, then you get the 100 to 400 or the 50 to 200. You could be fine, but like you'll miss every shot because the autofocus is abysmal. You'll catch the wave in front of the surfer before he gets eaten by a shark. That's not good. Let's move to the next scene. This guy bored me. Okay, now we've stopped down to Tony 2.8. I forgot my 1 to 5 ND, so now we're shutter speeding our way through life. But whatever, that's fine. Are we somewhat sharp now? Was that your question? Next loser, what does he have to say? I don't understand how Sony RX10 Mark IV or the RX100 VA is not good enough for you in that regard. He's talking about slow motion, and it's not, oh God. Sure, their implementation makes you requiring some assistance, but slow-mo is usually staged anyway. No, it's not. Your birth was staged. Oh my God, there's a terrifying dog running up to me. Hey, buddy. So yeah, I also had those same thoughts. It seems perfect. The all-in-one vlogging and wildlife setup. You got your 24mm, and then boom, 600 on the long end. It's got 960 frames per second. It's like, what else is there to not love? I reviewed it, I bought it. Go watch the videos, ass. It's not like it wasn't a great idea for a camera, and it was pretty good, and I could totally get by. There was many positives to it, like the autofocus was okay, the stabe wasn't great at all, but the things that killed that camera for me was the color science, number one, just the greens. Like, we all know Sony is a running joke in the crayon community, and it's like their biggest fault. It's so annoying. That's why I'm buying old Zeiss lenses for Canon EOS R of 2018. Because Sony color science is so disgusting, I just want to move on from it. And like their older versions were even worse. I remember upgrading my Canon SD1100 IS. I was like, you know what? I want HD and autofocus, so I got the Sony, I don't know, WX300 or something. It was like a super zoom, but it had like the best autofocus of everything I tested. I had no idea that it would make my face green and I'm uglier, and I only had the health channel at the time, so I just looked sicker and uglier. And I hardly ever used that zoom. So it's like old Sony color science is so bad. It's come a long way, and some like it. At times I like it. It's just when there's mixed lighting, something happens. You can't auto white balance properly, whereas Canon, I can have like strange window lighting and then a fluorescent light and then tungsten in the background, and Canon's like, don't worry, I got this, make your show, do whatever you want. Nice colors coming to you. Whereas Sony, it's like, what happened? It's too magenta, it's too green, I don't know how to fix the perfect balance. I never know when it's too magenta or too green. So the colors were disgusting, and then when I compared it to like the Olympus EM1 Mark III with a cheap-ass lens, I was like, damn, that's so much sharper. Like Micro Four Thirds is so much better, and you get like an actual nice mirrorless camera. So like, if Sony updated that thing, a Mark V, we've been waiting a real long time, but like I already have way better stuff. I'm not looking to get much worse. I'm looking for new and inspiring, and the slow motion on that camera, like it's the dumbest implementation. Like they're the only ones doing 960 frames. It's cool, but you have to find a bird. Okay, there he is. I lock the focus and exposure on him, and then I can arm it. The odds of you getting the moment you wanted in that slow-ass way to work, it's not good. The odds are not good. I didn't get many magical shots, but like, it could happen. It's just really bad. It's like, just give me a normal burst of like 4 seconds, boom. Let's go to the next scene. I'm on a log now. Oh, the cinema is ours. We're in 4K. I stopped down to Tony 4. Something is bound to be sharp in the scene. Admit it. Please share the secret of daily uploading. shocked face. So as you're probably aware, I make a hell of a lot of videos. Lately I have been doing daily uploads just because I've felt more energy. The two things you need, in my opinion, for like passion are passion and energy. So like if you have a passion, something you love talking about, you want to share with the world, you're gonna do it. But if you're tired all the time and you're sick, you're not going to share that message because you're lazy and just like depressed. So it's like lately, since I've been eating better, and intermittent fasting is what's really sparked up my ramping of ideas. I don't eat until like mid-afternoon, and I eat my one meal and then I'm done. And I do that every day and I just feel so great all day. So it's like, you have the energy, so eat better, eat healthier, whatever that means for you. We're all so different. You can't just say, oh, go eat carnivore diet, go eat vegan. Just find healthy food, eat real stuff that isn't processed. Try to eat some of it raw if you can. Fruits and vegetables are nice, not too much fruit, it's a lot of sugar. That's why I have my health channel. So like, that was why I started YouTube. So back in the day, I used to upload a video a day on just the Vegetable Police channel. And now I have 2 channels. So like I split the work ethic, and I was down to 5 at some point. So like 3 for cameras, 2 for Veggie Boy. And then lately I've just been more energized. That's all you need. Like, you need to feel good and have a passion. I wish my passions were more popular because, I don't know, YouTube like really suppresses health information, in my opinion, the real stuff. So like, they're owned by big pharma and they don't want you getting healthy. So I have this health channel that doesn't really get a lot of search. Like, people would rather look at cat videos or gaming channels and like watch somebody play Minecraft all day long instead of like how to better their life. It's insane. Like, the most popular videos are just often head scratchers. I'm like, why are you promoting this stuff? Like, who cares? And also the camera industry in general is just dying because smartphones exist. So like, a lot of smart creators are switching over to talking more about smartphones. I remember the Everyday Dad. He was like a camera channel and he was like pretty big and pretty good. And then he just like, I don't know what happened, but he went, you know what, I'm just gonna talk about like iPads and iPhones and MacBooks, and his channel exploded because it's more popular. More people care about that stuff. Nobody cares about what I have to say, unfortunately. I wish I had a more popular topic. Like, I love watching UFC, so it's like mixed martial arts. That's very popular, but I felt unethical talking about them. I'm just like making fun of fighters and, oh, you could have done this better, and I've never fought in a day in my life. I felt so out of place with that channel. It would have blew up and I would have made money, but it didn't feel right inside. So whatever your topic is, it has to feel right in here. And then you eat healthier, you feel better, and then you want to share the message. Once you feel good, you create. That's a fact. All right, let's move to our final scene and our final loser. Oh, that is not safe. There's nothing safe about this shot. Oh boy. Oh, it looks so much easier from over there. The camera looks tilted too. Oh, there's no moving back now. Oh boy. This was not how I was planning on sitting. Oh, out of my ruled thirds lifestyle. Was that your question? We're still in 4K. Stop down to 5.6 to let the stream into your heart. Ah, that was nice. The G9 II with that lens might give great shots, but it's too expensive for most people. He's talking about the 200mm Leica, of course. I'm not here to cater to your macaroni lifestyle. I like to see what's possible. So it's like, I'm not looking for the most budget option. You can find that lens used, and that whole setup, a G9 II with a Leica 200, you find them used, like, you're cheaper than any full frame setup rivaling that. It's like, you're only talking like Olympus EM1 with the 75 to 300. Then you're like really budget. But like, you could go for the Leica 50 to 200. It's very similar. It's just a 24 instead of a 2.8. It's not bad. I was looking at other vlogging cameras. You switched that up on us. I thought we were wildlifing here. Looking at the Z30, looks good, does it? I've never seen it look good myself. On paper, it could be simple enough. It's so light. They just came out with that 12 to 28, and I was researching it for a while, considering buying it, because I've seen the Z30 for like 500 bucks Canadian on Amazon warehouse deal, and I was like, okay, that, and then you buy the lens, your ultra wide Nikon colors, they're quite polished. Compared to Fuji, like the Nikon Z50 destroyed it in a lot of ways. Like the auto exposure just worked, autofocus was way better, but like it's so shaky and it's just such outdated specs. I don't want it anymore. They don't even have log, the slow motion. What the hell was that? Oh, a dog. I thought it was like a giant salmon or something. What the hell was that? Oh, a little brown creeper. Was he in the shot? I doubt it. He flew from that. Oh, it's been a while since I've done wildlife. I've just been like coming out and like I'm the wildlife. It's kind of fun, but I'll get back into it soon. Sony ZV1 or ZV-E10. They're okay. It's just they're dated now. The ZV1, like, I think it's killed by the DJI Action 4 or the GoPro 11. What the hell is that? A train crossing? I'll just wait the half an hour for this train to pass while I attempt to opposite row a thirds my way to the top.
This distance. You could use some practice while you acting like a baby on a California King mattress.
I went too far. That was the rule in 19ths. You don't want to overpass that one. So yeah, like ZV1, there's only a couple shots where that camera would benefit you over a DJI Action 1. Like you do have a zoom, slightly more cinematic in some sense, but like not much. You can get some log, but we have 10-bit log in the DJI Action 4, so that's budget. That's gonna be way better than a Nikon Z30 with the wide lens. It's not like you want to blur the background for a vlog anyway. Ow, that pinched my beard. And the ZV-E10, while capable, is a pretend camera. They weren't serious when they released that thing. It has no stabe. All the wide lenses have no stabe, so it's like you're on your 11mm with that, and then you have to 45% crop your ass. Then it's like, what's the point? Now your sensor is like similar to the DJI Action 4 sized, with way less stability, no 10 bits, no nothing, no 240 frames. The Canon G7X II has nice colors. Yeah, that's all that matters. I mean, it kind of is. That's why I bought a lens for the Canon system. But that camera, it's so bad in autofocus. It always hurts my soul when I see people falling for that camera like I did on the G7X. And there's a simple hack. If you just tap on your face and then it gets it and then you press set, it locks it there. I've never seen one person do it. I released a video saying like, this is what you do, but it was on my vegetable police channel, buried within like a what I eat in a day video or something. I would absolutely love if they updated that line for vlogging, but we saw what happened when they did, the V10. And that thing is like, okay, 1-inch sensor for vloggers, and it's like you removed everything that was good. It has no stabe, the autofocus is crap. Like, give me a 1-inch sensor G7X Mark IV with dual pixel autofocus, somewhat decent stabe in there, and maybe some nicer colors, C-Log or something with auto exposure. You could have like a really nice camera, but I don't know, they don't see it as important. They don't think any vlogger would care. But as we've seen today, the cinema could be yours if you're willing to risk your life for log-related content. Socks and sandals are available in an affiliate link near you. Do you think this lens was a decent purchase or what? You stop it down a bit, okay, not bad. We got the Zeiss magic. I'm happy with it. So I'm gonna leave. How you doing? Subscribing for more videos and I'll see you in the next one. How do I live to leave the shot? Oh God. Oh God. It's so far of a fall. That's what makes it nervous. Okay. We lived. If you're curious, by the way, what it would have looked like if we stopped it wide open, 1.4, I don't think it would be as nice of a shot, would it be? You like mysteries back there, softer image. Stopping down is fun. That's why Micro Four Thirds has a chance to come back in my heart. With Leica lenses, I'm just waiting for a G7, GH7 with a G85 body. I'll leave. Oh, I reverse positioned. Oh boy. Ow! The spikiest tree I've ever touched. What was on the other side of that? A tornado spider? Oh God.